A doubleheader between the Central Catholic Rams and the visiting Jesuit Crusaders. I'm Jack McArthur alongside my broadcast partner, Michael Abraham, and you guys are in for a serious treat. It's a packed crowd, sold-out game, if you will. We got Ryan Slider here doing the camera work. We got a lot of people here for this one. Really excited for this one, Michael.
Yeah, it's crazy that you're going to see two teams that actually have losing records that are still ranked among the top 13 teams in Oregon. And Central Catholic, I think, in a straw poll would still be ranked the #1 team in the state, even though they're 4-5 and have not had a winning season thus far.
Yeah, the Rams enter this game with an overall record of 4-5, which is good for number 6 overall in the state of Oregon. Out of 49 teams, they're 6th in the 6A4 Mount Hood Conference. The Jesuit Crusaders, on the other hand, 5-6, with both teams with a 0-0 league record, so it is a non-league matchup. But entering this game, Jesuit, they're fresh off of a 62-58 loss against Barlow last Tuesday. And the Rams, on the other hand, they are fresh off of a 1.53-52 loss against Annie Wright from Washington on the 30th of December.
Right, much different level of opponent. If you looked at their schedule, Central Catholic's played what we call a national schedule. They've traveled extensively, played some of the best teams in the country, and faced some of the best players in the country. And it's a shame we're not going to get to see Zamir Paschal tonight. Central's dynamic point guard is out with an injury tonight.
Yeah, I got the chance to talk to head coach David Blue, who is in his 10th season as the head man at the helm for the Rams. He mentioned to me how, as you said, Zamir Paschal probably won't play tonight, but he is a, quote, incredibly talented young man. And an interesting fact for this Rams side, 2 out of their 3 seniors on their roster are committed D1, I believe, to Wake Forest University. One of them, Deuce Paschal, the other one, Isaac Carr. Deuce Paschal, he is a 6'5" senior, and the other man that I mentioned, Paschal, he is, he's 6 foot and he's a junior.
Yeah, Deuce, I think the pronunciation, Jack, is Paschal.
Paschal.
Yeah, there's no K in that one. I made that mistake when I first started call Central games. When you watch the Rams play, you see what basically is a college-level program. Great bench, great size, great athleticism. I've not had the opportunity to watch Jesuit, but regardless of records or backgrounds, when Jesuit and Central play in literally a completely packed house, it's always a tremendous game.
Right, 2 extremely talented teams, and what people don't realize, a lot of things people don't realize. The one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that the Rams are actually the reigning 6A boys champions, and they beat Roosevelt in the final to claim the state championship last year, which was their first boys title for basketball since 1994.
Yep. I love that the Central Catholic fans face the wall and turn away from Jesuit as they're being introduced.
Well, some of the keys to the game for the Rams, according to head coach David Blue, include staying disciplined and matching Jesuit's physicality. They have to be able to get stops, stay out of foul trouble, and try to not turn the ball over a lot. So the Rams, they're really looking to limit their turnovers against Jesuit tonight, as I'm being drowned out by the crowd noise. It's
awesome.
It's so hard to talk.
This is the kind of environment you love to play in if you're a player.
Doing all their handshakes, got the starters right here.
Yeah, Carter Lockhart is one of the up-and-coming stars in the state. His father was the head coach at Gresham High School, who resigned from his position and sent his son to Central Catholic, which says a lot about the quality of this program.
So the starters for the Rams, they got Isaac Carr, Robbie Long Jr., Carter Lockhart, Jalen Nicholson, and Ryder Zanon. And for Jesuit Crusaders, they have number 24, Trey Cleland, number 1, Patrick Kilfoyle, and you got number 3, Ryan Frazier, number 11, Ryan Barone, and you also have, I believe, number 2 or 3, Ryan Frazier. So we're really close to getting this one underway here at Central Catholic High School. Looking forward to this game.
A little bit of a surprise. Deuce Paschal, one of the committed seniors we talked about, is not starting tonight. He's a great energy player. Maybe they're looking for a little burst off the bench from him.
Yep, so the other guy I didn't mention was number 13, Isaac Bongen, who is a 6'3" sophomore. He rounds out the starters for Jesuit, and the Crusaders start off with possession early. On the left wing,
Central's always in a good pressure man-to-man. They do a great job of rotating. Generally don't give up layups.
Central Catholic, they got plenty of size. Nicholson, 6'7", number 22. They're also going to have to look out for 25, Ryder Zana, and he's 6'9". Here come the Rams.
Yeah, Ryder's come a long way, and the player you'll really see a big growth from since a year ago is Robbie Long, who's the starting quarterback for the Rams semifinal football team.
Right.
He's just playing with a much greater degree of confidence than he did a year ago.
And that time, Isaac Carr turns the ball over, and
delay of game warning right out of the gate.
Delay of game warning for Carr, who launched that three right after the referee gave the signal that it was a carry. It was a turnover. So Crusaders to inbound, still scoreless, 7:06 left in this first quarter in a packed house at Central Catholic. If you're just joining us, I'm Jack McArthur alongside Michael Abraham. You're watching Ram TV and Oregon Sports.
He's going to get called for a foul if he's that physical out on the perimeter. The refs don't want to call those fouls, but they will if you force them to.
Right, lots of physicality here. Jesuit with possession. Strong drive inside, lost possession of the ball, kicks it outside. Corner three from Bongen. Won't go, tried to get his own miss. To fight for it on the ground, and the referee's going to call a foul. I believe it's going to be against Jesuit, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, God, I can't tell you how much I hate those calls when you're a coach, when both players are on the floor scrapping and one of them comes away with a foul.
So a foul against the Crusaders, and now it's Central Catholic possession. Carr takes it up.
High pick and roll. If I'm Coach Blue, I'm trying to get Isaac Carr started early, and there it is.
Straight away three ball. Off the mark, rebounded by Bongen. Now the Crusaders looking to break.
Yeah, two of their best defenders are not on the floor for the Rams. The Paschal brothers are both unbelievably gifted defenders. I mean, game-changing defenders.
Bongen with a strong drive. No foul. Rams pick it up. Solid work defensively. Here comes the dual sport athlete Long. Kicks it into the corner for three. Off the mark that time for Lockhart, and now it's the Crusaders looking to break into the corner. Thought about the three, back outside to Isaac Bongen.
Both teams stiff, both teams a little bit tight, early going. I mean, this is an absolutely unbelievable high school crowd.
Kilfoyle kicks into the corner, left wing straightaway three ball. It's good for Bongen. Beautiful stroke there from him. Nice hesitation there from Lockhart. Playing it across court to Long. Looking to feed the big man. That time, Zanin gets it. Puts it up. Won't go.
Same thing we talked about earlier in the girls' game. You've got to be patient. When you've got the size advantage, you get a good bang on, get your defender backed off of you, gather, go up strong, finish those bunnies.
Robbie Long Jr. to inbound. Plays it to Isaac Carr. 5:15 left in this first quarter. Long launches the three. Front iron. Rebounded by Jesuit. Here come the Crusaders. They have an early 3-0 lead with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Strong drive, puts it up, shakes the glass. It was clean, and referee calls a foul against Jesuit as they're going to bring some fresh legs into the game pretty soon.
Central's going to have to be careful not to let this crowd get them playing faster than they need to. They're already a very fast team, but they have a tendency to get playing a little bit too quickly when they press. They've just got to slow things down and take what the defense gives them. They're going to get plenty of open looks.
Grady Keljo and Major Williams into the game for the Crusaders as they lead 3-0. Robbie Long swings it into the corner. Strong drive, puts it up high off the glass, and he's fouled. Hits the deck hard. That time, Carter Lockhart got fouled.
I'm glad the refs let that play complete before calling an early foul. They made sure that they viewed the play mentally and then make that call. Some fans get upset with that, but I love that as a coach, that the refs took a second to think it through and then make the right call.
The lefty, Lockhart.
Big challenge for a freshman. Here comes Paschal. And he's the kind of player that can make an impact on literally every facet of the game: rebounding, defense, ball handling, and scoring.
Deuce Paschal into the game. And now it's the Crusaders with possession. Rams split a pair that time. Lockhart split the pair. Central Catholic trails in a relatively low-scoring game. 3-1 mid-range shot off the mark for the lefty Barone. Gets a miss, however, puts it up, and it won't go for Keljo, but he's headed to the charity stripe for a pair.
Good, strong, aggressive move to the bucket, drew contact. Unlike the Rams player, he took his time, made a good ball fake, and drew contact, got to the free throw line.
Here comes Grady Keljo, the 6'5" senior power forward. First one's off the mark. Another substitution in for the Rams. It is number 5, Landon Kelsey, another dual sport athlete.
Oh,
plays football.
Tremendous football player.
You can just hear this crowd just absolutely booming right now. Unbelievably loud. Kelsey hits the deck, and they're going to call a travel against Kelsey.
I always felt if you don't try and improve your position, you should legally be able to hit the ground. Both his butt cheeks or his pivot feet. He landed straight on his butt, did not try and improve his position.
Fans couldn't believe that one as they disagreed. And now it's going to be Jesuit to inbound with 4:30 on the clock. 3-1 the score. Rams down by 2. Crusaders inbound. Costly pass, and it's going to be a turnover. Rams pick it up.
Jesuit full court pressure here. They're known for their man-to-man defense. And they'll send double team help where they need it.
Isaac Carr, left wing 3, off the mark.
Yeah, you're not going to keep him down for too long.
Here comes Jesuit. Nice crossover, hands it off. Left wing 3, missed it, too strong. Now Isaac Carr,
mismatch.
Full head of steam. Euro steps his way into the paint. Shots off the mark, but a foul against Isaac Carr. And it's going to be on the floor. Crusaders to inbound.
Frankly, I don't think I've seen Isaac Carr miss 3 shots in a row all season. So let's hope that's not indicative of the way the rest of the game goes for that young man.
Isaac Carr off to a slow start, but he's one of their best players. 6'5" senior guard.
Yeah, Isaac, I think, is considered the #1 player in the state of Oregon right now. And he's nationally ranked. He's ranked in the top 40 in the country, maybe higher than that.
Left wing 3 won't go for the lefty Kilfoyle, but it's going to be an offensive foul anyways, so it will be the Rams to inbound with 3:44 on the clock in this first quarter. Rams down by 2, 3-1, still very low scoring, lots of defense. This really just is a defensive battle right now.
And both teams getting looks. They're just, it's tough to make shots under a pressure environment like this till you settle down.
Into the corner now is Carr. Drives baseline, kicks it out for the corner triple. Off the mark.
Nice
box out and a physical play.
Nice battle.
And it will be a jump ball.
Boy, you have mass hysteria. I mean, this is the kind of crowd that can instigate things happening that the players have no interest in getting involved in.
Absolute animosity here at Central Catholic High School. It was a jump ball between Keljo and Kelsey, and they both hit the deck. And, Keljo tried to rip it away from him, but they both fell on the ground, which really hyped up the crowd. Here comes Kelsey once again. He's going to play it on the left wing to Lockhart.
Yeah, they really missed Paschal's dribble penetration skills. He'd already be at the basket 3 or 4 times in this game.
Here comes Isaac Carr, double teamed. Plays it to Paschal. Kicks it outside. Going baseline. Nice find into the corner. 3-ball won't go for long, and it's tipped off the fingertips of Sam Kirby last. It will stay Central Catholic ball.
Yeah, fresh shot clock. All good looks for Central. They've yet to have a really contested shot and just haven't been able to knock down open looks. And here comes Donovan Miller, who really can stroke it.
They're going to bring in some more size. Donovan Miller, as you mentioned, and he is 6'6".
And he will stroke it. He has no fear. First look he gets, I promise it's going up.
Paschal into the paint now. Left-handed shot won't go off of the leg of the Rams, and it will be Jesuit ball.
Douche is shaking his head. That's not the shot attempt he wanted to take there. He rushed himself. when you're that tall and with that kind of leaping abilities, gather, power up, shoot a balanced shot. There's nobody out there that you have to worry about being a shot blocker. Jesuit is much smaller than Central.
Right. Robbie Long Jr. heads to the bench, and as you mentioned, talk about the size. Donovan Miller, 6'6", Jaco Rivers, 6'6", Ryder Zanon, 6'9", and then you got Jalen Nicholson, 6'7". That's just to name some of their players, not all of them.
Look at the defense.
Nice pass inside.
Tremendous
Here come the
rotation.
Crusaders. Right wing 3 ball off the mark, way too strong. It's an air ball that time, and now the Rams trying to take full advantage of that, trying to exploit the opposition. Here comes Central Catholic, puts it up, and in for 2. Count the bucket that time for Deuce Pascal. Gets it to go.
Wow. And he recognized right away he had a small guard on him. He was not going to be denied around the bucket.
Here comes Jesuit once again. It's Kilfoyle into the lane, tough shot, blocking foul, and he looks like he's pretty aggravated after that one, shaking up a little bit.
Yeah, you don't want to give a foul on a driving player with the size you have. If they beat you, they beat you. Challenge and allow your bigs to rotate and take care of that ball.
Right, I mean, there's a pretty large size disparity between the guards of Jesuit and Central Catholic and the forwards of Jesuit and Central Catholic. I mean, Jesuit's tallest player is Quinn Wicklow, the junior, 6'6", and then you look at Central Catholic, their tallest player, Ryder Zanon, 6'9".
They've got 3 guards that are 6'6".
Right.
Not counting their 2 big guys.
First one is good for Kilfoyle, the 6-foot senior guard, looking to make a pair in a extremely low-scoring game. 4-3 the score with 2:07 left in this first quarter, and now Crusaders with a 2-point lead.
Yeah, there's always a drop-off when a team loses their point guard. It just changes the way they play, changes their organization, changes their defensive structure. So Central, oh boy, you don't want to reach on
left wing
Carr.
3 ball, it's good. That time Carr drained it. He started the game 0 for 3, and now he finally makes his first basket.
You know, you definitely as a defender do not want to lunge into passing lane and miss on a shooter like that. You're just always going to pay for it.
Here comes Jesuit. Nice pass into the paint now. Kicks it out. Short corner 3 ball.
Out. Great job of running out and closing out on that ball by the Rams.
Off the mark for Williams, but Jesuit's going to get a second chance. Right back to Williams again. Right wing 3.
Yeah, see, nothing's uncontested. Central does that. Jesuit will have a long night ahead of them.
Here comes Pascal. In the lane. Nice dish.
Got to finish.
No good off the window for Nicholson, but he's headed to the line to earn those 2 points as the Rams lead 6-5 with 1:16 left in this first quarter. In a packed house.
Slow down, finish. I'd like to see dunks on those plays. You know, you're good enough. I watched him dunk 5 or 6 in warm-ups.
Rims in as the Rams extend their lead to 2. Another substitution. Multiple players coming in. This time for Jesuit, it is number 23, Sam Curvey, and number 5, Penny Harrison, the sophomore guard, entering the game.
I'll be shocked when Carter Lockhart gets back in the game if we don't see him put some points up. He's a very gifted scorer. This was a little bit off his rhythm, but that first sub usually calms you down. You get back out there and do your thing.
Nicholson makes a pair to give the Rams a 3-point advantage really late into this first quarter, and it's almost intercepted, keeps it in bounds. Here comes Pascal, puts it up. Oh, a beautiful shot.
Much better shot than the first one.
Double clutched it in the air, a little finesse, if you will, there from Pascal, who had a beautiful layup, and it goes off the knee of number 15, Donovan Miller. It will stay Jesuit possession.
Yeah, Central's length is just really oppressive if you're an offensive team. Even when you've got a little bit of a driving lane, they close so quickly and rotate so well, it's just hard to get an uncontested look.
Here come Jesuit into the lane. That time it was Harrison. He's fouled, headed to the line for a pair. Rams with double the score of Jesuit early, but it's by no means out of control. You would think that it would be a much different game, but right now, just very defensive, big defensive battle right now. Still really close. 10-6 the score. Rams lead by 4 with 44 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah, Central's starting to get unwound. Jesuit's got to be careful not to let them get comfortable. They get comfortable defensively, it makes it really tough to get open looks, and if they get comfortable offensively, look out.
Tom Harrison made a pair to make it a 3-point game. Into the corner now. Launches the three off the front iron.
I told you, Donovan Miller has no fear.
Straightaway three. Rims out.
Yeah, you got to make those. You're not going to get too many wide open looks against Central. You want to get a
Carr spins off a defender.
left somebody open.
Now he's going to play on the right wing to Pascal. Rims out. What a rebound. Second chance opportunity is good for Isaac Carr, who has his 5th point of the game.
Yeah, now he's gotten loose a little bit. You've got to be really careful if you're Jesuit. Way too early on the shot clock.
Yeah, there was a shot there from Williams, won't go. And Pascal unable to get the shot off before the buzzer. It's 12-7 after the first quarter. Rams with a early 5-point lead.
Central really did a good job of weathering the early jitters, adjusting to this crowd, and fighting their way back into the game. They went on a 12-4 run there to close out the quarter. Jesuit just has to be really careful to not get sloppy with the ball against the Rams defense. Dribble penetration is great, but you don't want to dribble yourself into trouble and get stuck under the paint and give Central passes coming out that they can intercept and take the distance. They're great in transition. Very tough to stop them when they're in the open floor.
Yeah, it's been a close game, but as you mentioned previously, the Rams are really using their length to their advantage. They have plenty of size. Jesuit, you can't underestimate them either. They do have Grady Keljo, who's a senior, 6'5", Quinn Wicklow, 6'6". You also got, some of the starters that were integrated into this lineup, like Ryan Barone, he's 6 foot, so they definitely have some size, but right now Central Catholic, they're playing their hearts out on the defensive end for sure.
Yeah, and they're very well coached. Both teams are very well coached. Coach Potter's been in the business for, he might be approaching 40 years, and Coach Blue's been, I believe you said 10 years
right
at Central, and he's coached at Jesuit before that. So I'm sure there's a little bit of rivalry in his heart when you come from one private school to another and make the adjustment from the assistants at Jesuit over to being the head coach at Central Catholic. You still want to get it done. And I'm telling you, there's a who's who of former basketball players from Central and some of the college players around here. I see the legendary Gary Strawn, the magician they used to call him back in the Central Catholic days, and became a very, very good player at University of Portland. He's in the Central Catholic Hall of Fame.
Got lots of people here attending this match between the Rams and the Crusaders. Nice entry pass, puts it up in it, almost in, but rims out.
Yeah, you're gonna need those.
And here come the Rams to start things off for the second quarter.
They're gonna get a full dose of Isaac Carr now.
Left wing.
Oh, nice showing,
into
though.
the paint. Shot won't go for long. Unlucky bounce on that one off the rim, and now it's almost a steal. Instead, it's off the fingertips of Lockhart, and it will stay in favor of the Crusaders.
Now let's see if Carter Lockhart makes a prognosticator of me. I mean, I've seen him play. He's very, very gifted. He's going to be one of the top players in the state at his age group for many years to come.
Here comes Jesuit on the left wing, 7:15 on the clock. Here comes Williams. Major Williams plays it to Bongan on the right wing. Williams once again jabs right, mid-range jumper, misses it again, and it's rebounded by Central Catholic. Now it's Carr looking to break. Carr, ooh, run the back. A little bit of shimmy into the lane, off the window, won't go, but that was some pretty ball movement and ball handling from him.
Yeah, if you haven't seen him, he's a very, very gifted kid, tremendously athletic. Each year he's gotten a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, expanded his range, expanded his ball skills, and now he's a little bit more locked in on defense, which makes him a D1 player with his skill set.
Drains the first free throw to give him 6 points. And it will be Deuce Pascal hitting the bench. And some more size for the Rams. Jalen Nicholson, 6'7" junior, their second tallest player entering the game.
No surprise that Central jumped out to their lead when Paschal entered the game. Changes the flow of the game.
Yeah, Paschal's a beast. And now it's the Crusaders on the attack. Straightaway three.
Just nothing easy.
Off the left iron for Frazier. And it will be a foul against Jesuit. Rams possession.
Look at younger brother Zamir over in his brother's ear on the bench giving him some suggestions. It's crazy that Jesuit against a typical team, the shots they're getting are high-quality looks. Against Central, they're all contested because of their length.
Here come the Rams. Plays it up top. This time it's Nicholson. Jabs right, goes left. Looked for the step back, instead elected to pass it out to Carr.
Yeah, Carr's going to work. He's had 7 in a row here.
Oh, what a pass. Cross-court pass to Nicholson. The corner 3, why not? Drills it, ring him up. And now Jesuit need a response. They trail by 10 now. The first time they've trailed by double digits all game. And it's 17-7, Michael.
Yeah, you can get away from, Central can get away from you in a hurry. And the crowd has quieted a little bit. For as big a crowd as it's not extremely loud in here till we get some sort of explosion play.
It's definitely not as loud as it was for those pregame introductions.
Right.
Oh, it tips it, batted out by Williams, and it goes out of bounds, so it'll go to the Rams.
Yeah, Jesuit is just outmatched size-wise. Doesn't mean their skills aren't capable, and doesn't mean they're not capable of making a run, but in the half court, it's very tough to get an easy look against Central Catholic. They're very well schooled defensively. They switch and rotate super well. You know, they play defense on a string, as we call it. One player leaves a man open, the next player rotates up. They don't leave anybody on an island.
Here come the Rams looking to extend their 10-point lead, 17-7 the score. 5:30 on the clock. There's Nicholson once again, plays it across court to Carr.
He's giving him
Carr,
too much room.
Mid-ranger, puts it up, front iron. Rebounded by Nicholson, sticks with it. Right back to Carr, number 0. Here he comes.
Yeah, we talked about confidence. Isaac has absolutely, he can make 3 mistakes in a row and has absolutely no fear about doing another play.
Puts it up, rims out, but why not? Gets it right back and kisses it off the left side of the window for 2, and that's, I believe, his 8th point of the game. So Isaac Carr catching fire early here to give the Rams a 12-point advantage with 4:50 left in this first half. Here comes Major Williams again. Hands it off to Frazier. Going to drive and take things into his own hands.
Just nothing there.
What an athletic rebound by Carr, and now he's going to play it all the way up ahead. Looks for the dunk. That's a hard fall there. Hopefully he's okay. That time it was Deuce Pascal. Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, he was going to hammer that one home. I've seen him bang those many a time.
That was a really hard foul.
Yeah,
he just clotheslined him when he was going up.
That was a little bit of a cheap shot. There's no need for that.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to block it. He didn't really make a play on the ball. He just didn't want to get dunked on there.
Interested to see what they call on this one.
Surprised that wasn't a flagrant foul, to be honest with you.
It very well could have been one.
I guess you could say he made a half-hearted attempt at the ball.
Yeah, as you mentioned, he really didn't go for the ball. It looked like he got his both arms on Pascal's arms on his upper body and just kind of just went through with both of his arms.
Dangerous play, but he seems to be all right.
And it will be Pascal at the line. Drills the first one. He appears to be okay, thankfully. A little bit shaken up, visibly shaken up, but interested to see if he's going to get subbed out here.
Yeah, it looks like he is. They've got a sub at the table. And he may have been nursing an injury. He didn't start the game. Oh.
Airballed that one. It must just be an arm injury. It looked like he fell on his arm, actually.
Yeah.
It definitely didn't fall on his side. I think he fell either straight on his back or on both arms.
Well, and it might have pulled something when they grabbed his arm when he was going up to dunk it.
So now
He's peeling his tape off. He doesn't like the tape on his wrist.
Yeah, so Pascal questionable to return. And now he airballed the second one because just that his arm was injured. He appears to be hopefully all right, but we'll see.
See if that puts a bigger fire under Central. Not that they need anything else.
Yeah, they're already up by 13 really early into this one. 20-7 the score. Rams with a 13-point advantage, 4:15 on the clock. A strong drive, puts it up, no good. And a good rebound from Central Catholic, and even better.
Oh my God.
What a rejection from Central Catholic. That time it was Zanon saying, not today.
That's state championship level basketball. You get the ball knocked away, you could hang your head.
Left wing 3, that would have ignited the crowd. And that time off the window for Zanon. Tried to get his own miss. It's batted into the air, pinballed around. And now it's Jesuit looking to break as they're down by 13. Still haven't hit that double-digit mark yet, looking to do so soon.
Jesuit's best opportunity is in the open floor. When Central settles into their half-court defense, that's the look you're going to get, just deep contested shots.
Major Williams drills a 3. He started off 0 for 4 to start the game, and now he's starting to heat up a little more. Makes things interesting. Strong drive off the window, batted around. That time the effort was no good from Carr, and now it's a strong effort, swatted away by Robbie Long, but it was the Crusaders on the break, and it will be, I believe, it's going to be, foul against Central Catholic, and it is number 5, Penny Harrison, headed to the line.
Yeah, Penny did a good job of using his body to shield off Lockhart there and draw contact.
First shot is butter for Harrison.
Yeah, Isaac got a little bit soft on his finish on the offensive end there. Gets close to the hoop, come to a 2-foot stop. He'll learn that when he gets to big-time college ball. I coached for many years in college, and it's the same on the women's side as the men's side. When you get near the rim, you don't want to come with anything weak. You want to gather and be more powerful when you're close to the bucket. Right. There's just too much size in there to put something up that's not.
Carr, baseline J, too strong, rebounded by Jesuit. Hits the deck, however, and Central Catholic still implementing that full court press. Major Williams, full head of steam, puts it up and in for 2. 5 straight points for Williams. Makes the score 20-13. Jesuit trail by 7. Here comes the dual sport athlete Long into the lane. Swatted away by number 25, Grady Keljo. That time Nicholson got a shot rejected.
Yeah, Nicholson kind of decided he was going to shoot that one, didn't read that play. You saw him after he got blocked. He was talking to himself. I should have ripped that through and gone to the basket when he got a player off of his feet.
Deuce Paschal into the game. It's good news for the Rams. Long thought about the corner 3, right back to the fresh legs of Paschal. Just had to get his right wrist wrapped up. Long thought about the 3, drives into the lane, left-handed finish. Little flick of the basketball, puts it up and in for 2.
Coach Blue, quick timeout.
Rams with a commanding 9-point lead, 22-13 with 2:23 left in this first half. What a change of events. What stood out to you the most, Michael?
Well, I'm just trying to think if Jesuit's going to have enough offensive firepower to make a strong enough run to keep the Rams to build against that cushion. Central stays 8 or 10 ahead. It's going to be very tough for Jesuit to score 8 or 10 points in a row against Central. They're going to have to come up with some stops.
Yeah, right now Jesuit's down by 9 points. Still plenty of time left in this game. But entering this game, it is a top 15 matchup. The Rams ranks number 6 by OSAA. Jesuit, on the other hand, ranks number 13. But the interesting statistic from these two sides is that, you know, both of these teams, they don't have the best records. Jesuit 5-6, Central Catholic 4-5. So both teams with sub 500 records entering this game.
Here comes Central's press. Just different wins and losses, though. Central's lost, like we said earlier, to some of the best teams in the country. Jesuit has not played that competitive a schedule.
Corner triple won't go for Bongan, but he gets the ball back with 2 minutes left in this first half. Jesuit looking to muster some offensive firepower as they trail by 9, with just under 2 minutes left in this first half. Williams calls up a teammate.
Oh, nice.
Thought about the 3, fakes it, floats it, won't go. Full court press, however, they get it back, won't go again. Third chance, not good. And it goes out of bounds off the Rams, and it'll stay in favor of the Crusaders.
Yes, Jesuit's going to regret those bunnies if they don't start knocking those down. They're going to regret not finishing around the bucket when they have an opportunity. And Central's really as small as they're going to get on the floor right now.
Right. All the way up top. Corner 3 ball, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Bucket won't count.
That illegal pick, and that's called America's play, the inbounds play there, that corner exchange with the post pinning down for the inbounder. And he just didn't get his feet set soon enough.
Yeah, it was an illegal screen from number 25 for the senior Grady Keljo. And now it's the Rams looking to extend their 9-point lead with 1:30 remaining in this first half. Long plays it inside to Carr.
Just rise straight up and shoot over him.
Cross-court pass. Why not? Launches the 3. Won't go for Long. And it's going to go out of bounds for Jesuit to inbound.
Central's still the only gym, and I believe left in the state, that still has those wires and tapes hanging off the backboard that interfere with play at least once a game.
Well, if they weren't there, it definitely would have benefited Long. It could have potentially bounced in for 3. And now it's Jesuit with possession. Into the lane now, puts it up, and the teardrop is good for 2 for Harrison.
The perimeter defense did their job there and forced him in the middle. He didn't get a contest. You got to get your bigs leaving their feet to contest that shot. Lockhart
to Nicholson finds Long on the right wing. 50 seconds left in this first half. Long in the corner. There he is once again. 3 ball won't go for Carr, but it's rebounded by Nicholson into the paint. Back outside, and it's deflected off a Jesuit last. Try to find Pascal in that corner.
Yeah. I just haven't seen Central shoot this poorly. Still got a 7-point lead and really have not shot the ball great. They've got all these great shooters. When 1 or 2 of them start to hit, it becomes contagious, and the rest of them will probably warm it up. Jesuit's doing a good job of staying close.
Here comes Long. Into the paint now, kicks it out, Carr.
They better guard him all the way out to the hash mark. Oh, boy.
Carr with a strong drive, puts it up and in for 2 with the left.
That's a D1 drive. Didn't soften up when he got to the bucket. He powered through his layup there.
Carr's got 10 points now. Almost half of what the Rams have managed to score despite all those missed shots earlier. Time running out. 3 ball won't go. Grabbed by Jesuit. Time's running out at the buzzer. Won't go.
Can't get a break.
Yeah, off the mark for Ryan Barone, the junior. And that's going to do it for the first half. Your first half score, 24-15. Is it getting drowned out by the band and the crowd here?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Rams lead by 9 at 24-15, and that's going to do it for the first half. Michael, your first half thoughts?
Jesuit would be right in this ball game if they could find a way to finish around the bucket and knock down their open looks. And if they don't find a way, they're not going to be able. Central will not shoot that poorly in the second half. They won't be able to stay with them. They're not going to be able to score enough points to stay close to them if they don't find a way to finish easy looks.
Yeah, the Rams have missed a lot of shots, but despite all the shots they missed, they still have a commanding 9-point lead going into the break. So if you're Jesuit, you really just have to lock down defensively and try to get it together, because they have made a decent amount of shots in that second quarter, but their defense has not looked great.
Right, and it's difficult for your morale as a team when you miss bunnies around the bucket. You get excited that you created the great opportunity, then you miss it. It kind of deflates your team, and there's only so many times you can rev the engine back up in order to make another charge.
Yeah, there was that one play where Jesuit had, I think, 3 or 4 attempts in a row, and they missed them, and they were all within 3 feet of the basket. So I guarantee you, Gene Potter is going to talk about. He's going to, his team, his boys are going to hear a earful about. Hey guys, we need to finish these easy shots or else we're going to lose this game.
And there's nothing he has not seen in this sport. A guy that's been around as long as he has seen it all. He'll be even-keeled and go in there and try and keep his team poised, show his own poise, and they'll come out and emulate the way that he handles this deficit right now.
Right, well, that's going to do it for us in the first half. I'm Jack McArthur alongside Michael Abraham. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this halftime break. Your halftime score, Rams 24, Crusaders 15. We'll be right back after this halftime break. All right, welcome back into Central Catholic High School for the second half of this 6A matchup between the home team, the Central Catholic Rams, and the visiting Jesuit Crusaders. 24-15 the score. The Rams were up by 5, 12-7 at the end of the first, and they're leading by 9 now entering this third quarter. Michael, this is a really big game.
It's a really big game. If I'm Jesuit, let's finish our bunnies. Let's make our open looks. If I'm Central Catholic, let's start knocking down our shots and try and build some gap here. Jesuit won't be able to score enough points if Central warms up from the perimeter.
Right, and it's going to be Jesuit to start things off in the second half with possession. On this left wing is Bongan. Surveys, strong drive, puts it up, and no good.
There's another one.
Second chance effort for Cleveland, though. Kicks it right back out to Bongan.
Central's done a great job of contesting everything. They're just not going to give away a wide open look.
Here comes Kilfoyle, giving instructions to his team. Plays it on the right wing to Cleveland. Drives inside, nice pass. Left wing 3-ball, rainbow shot, no good for Barone.
And the Ram defender's able to rotate down, take away the easy dump pass underneath, and still rotate out on the three-point shooter.
And that time Carr tried to play it to Long, but Long did not see it coming. His back turned to him, so it just went out of bounds.
Yeah, that's on Robbie. You can't turn your back ever. When you're in front of the ball, you've got to be looking for it at all times.
Here come the Crusaders. They're down by 9 with 7 minutes left in this third quarter. On the left wing now is Barone. Plays it up top. Strong drive. Shots no good for Kilfoyle, but he's headed to the line for a pair.
And that's a good way to start. They've forced Central Catholic into an early turnover and gotten 2 looks right at the rim.
It will be Kilfoyle at the line to shoot a pair, the lefty. He is a 6-foot senior guard, drills the first one to help the Crusaders inch their way back into this ball game. They're down by 8 now. In this packed house here at Central Catholic.
Yeah, nobody's leaving. I mean, it's standing room only. There's literally not a seat available anywhere in this gym.
Not even on the stairs. And Kilfoyle makes the second.
Tribute to Jesuit, they've stayed within 7 this long in the game.
Robbie Long.
Oh, boy.
What a pass. Into the corner now, the 3-ball. It's
there
good.
It is. Okay. Carter, thank you.
Lockhart drilled it.
Yeah, he owes me that. That could be contagious now. You get him going, maybe the rest of these shooters will warm it up too.
Here comes Bongan now.
Central's done a great job on the multi-screen defense. The Jesuits running a lot of weak side screening action. And Central's done a great job of finding ways to defend it.
Straightaway 3. Rims in for Frazier. He's got a nice stroke. And now it's Carter Lockhart once again. The 6'1" freshman. Plays it to Nicholson.
Oh, boy, you got to go on him.
Carr launches a 3. Why not? No good. Nicholson tipped around. Pascal. Oh, what work from him. Lockhart. Right back to Carr, swings it into the corner. Pascal thought about the 3, goes baseline. What a shot, off the window, no good. And now it's Kilfoyle taking things over. Bongan into the lane, puts it up. And in for two. Referee says on the floor, said that the foul transpired before the shot. And that one, you know what, Michael, it could have gone either way.
It's true. Could have gone either way. That transpiration right there. I love that your words that you're just salt and pepper in the food with there, Jack.
You got to switch it up, man. The thing about sports broadcasting is you can never use the same words twice as what they tell me.
Unless you're Chick Hearns, and you can use your little catchphrase.
Or if you're Mike Breen and you say bang.
Yeah.
If that's your thing.
You can't steal bang, though.
Right, I can't steal that. I got to keep up with my own
They're
thing.
so hesitant to shoot even when they got an open look.
Corner three, splash.
Okay, here comes Jesuit.
In for three that time. Frazier drilled it. I think splash is my thing. And now it's Carr trying to splash the Rams back into this one as they're up by 4. But right now, only up by 4. They were up by a lot more earlier. That time, Frazier, he's fouled.
Yeah, I think 3 or 4. We got fouled 3 or 4 times on that drive.
Yeah, I got fouled at least twice, but they only called one of them.
They got one. That's all they needed.
Isaac Carr shooting a pair, 27-23 the score. Rams up by 4 with 5 minutes left in this third quarter.
If Jesuit's able to make a run here, this is where Central's going to have to figure out a way to remain composed without Zamir Paschal on the floor.
First one's good for Carr, 11 points on the night for him. Yeah, Jesuit, they've went on a little bit of a run, and they've made things interesting for sure. Carr makes a pair.
Okay.
Now it's Barone to inbound, plays it to Bongan.
Yeah, Central doesn't not look the same defensively. They don't have the same level of intensity they did in the first quarter.
Bongan lost possession of the ball, but Crusaders still have it. Thought about the three. Strong drive. Swings it into the corner. A rainbow triple.
Oh, look at that.
No good for Bongan, and now the Rams take over. They lead by 6, 29-23 with 4:30 left in this third quarter. Here comes Paschal. Oh, what a move. Won't
Working
go.
too hard. That's way more than they need.
Here comes Jesuit. Full head of steam. Swatted away. Rejected by Carr. He's doing it on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
He's checking all the boxes right now.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Blue, I'm asking Deuce Paschal, stay within yourself, continue to attack the rim, but realize that you're 6'6", not 5'6".
Right.
So use your size.
Corner three. Off the mark. What an athletic rebound from Bongan. Puts it up. Won't go, but he's headed to the line for 2.
Yeah, different energy level out of Jesuit. Whatever Coach Potter said to him has them playing with a lot more confidence in the early going here.
Isaac Bongan, 6'3", sophomore wing, headed to the charity stripe, shooting 2. Rams up by 6, 29-23 with 4:13. As about 4 minutes have elapsed in this third quarter.
And Coach Blue's bringing in more size, and Jesuit's bringing in more speed, it looks like.
Right. Coach David Blue in his 10th year goes to Nicholson, or rather Ryder Zan, the 6'9" junior into the game. And Jesuit, on the other hand, they bring in Major Williams, who made a couple big shots earlier, in addition to Penny Harrison, the guard. So Bongan at the line makes the second one. 4-point game, Rams up 29-25 with 4 minutes left in this third quarter. Carter Lockhart, left-handed pass to Long. Top of the three-point line. Right back to Lockhart.
First time Central's looked a little bit stagnant in the half court.
Paschal.
Yeah, that's a much better
take.
shot. Those are the shots he needs to take. I mean, obviously you're going to live with some bad shots, but I really like to see my attacking players with size be powerful around the bucket.
Major Williams hounded in the paint. It's a major foul there as he's headed.
Yeah,
not to the line, but it's going to be a side out.
Yeah, we didn't have very many fouls in the first half. They let it get physical and let it go. They're going to tighten things up now. And that's 3 on Robbie Long. That's going to hurt him a little bit.
Robbie Long headed to the bench. The 6'6" junior Donovan Miller to replace him. And referees unsure what's going on here.
Yeah, it should be an out of bounds underneath. That was not a shot attempt.
Should be an underneath passing here. 3:41 on the clock. 3 minutes and 41 seconds left in this third quarter. Rams up by 6, 31-25.
Here comes America's play again. A little corner exchange. Didn't even look at it. Rams defended it well.
Bongan crosses over, right down Broadway and slams it home for 2. What an athletic dunk there from Bongan.
Got the crowd. Now the crowd's in it.
Carr won't go.
Right back to him. Hit
Right back to
one.
Carr. He thought about launching that 3, but he's going to go for it. 3 ball, front iron. Rebounded by Jesuits. The crowd went ballistic after he slammed that dunk home. Major Williams into the paint, kicks it out.
It's a good way to make the bunnies like we talked about. If you just dunk it, it's a little bit easier. You don't have to worry about bad rolls.
Right, and somehow Jesuit wind up with it. Good second chance effort from Keljo. Jesuit kicking it back out. Thought about the 3. Bongan releases. Front iron rebounded by Miller that time, and he was slapped on the arm. Can't do that.
Yeah, that's a silly foul. 93 feet from the rim. Your team's making a run.
Only down by 4.
Yeah, you don't want to get Central in the bonus any sooner than you have to. Yeah, I like this sub. I like both big players on the floor at the same time for Central. Jesuits kind of had their way on the interior in the early going here.
Jesuit with a full court press right now. It's Pascal with possession, plays it to Carr. Carr surveys, picks up his dribble, and he finds the 6'9" rider Zanin. Carr again goes baseline, hard drive. He's going to need some assistance. Plays it back out to Zanin. He's going to have to get a shot up sooner than later. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Pascal, straight down Broadway, dunks it once again.
And that's how you finish. That's what I was talking about earlier. You don't finish with that soft, floaty layup. You cram that thing. If you miss, but you go for the dunk.
Deuce Paschal just raised the roof of this building and electrified that Central Catholic crowd right down the lane, slammed it home. Second dunk we've seen today. Referee blows his whistle.
I don't like that call at all. He can't see that call. He's behind the play. You can't make that call from behind. Any of the action that happened was on the outside ref's view vision.
And now it's going to be Major Williams with 2 crucial free throws with 1:52 left in this third period. Rams up by 6. Now they're up by 5.
Yeah, and it's not a good Central's already in the bonus. They've already given up the bonus. There's still 2 minutes left in the quarter. Gives Jesuit a chance, and Jesuit's attacking the rim with a lot more ferocity in the third quarter than they have all game.
Williams makes a pair, and now it's the man of the hour, Pascal, who just slammed it home recently, looking for a second dunk into the corner for Miller. Back iron. This could be another dunk. Almost. Bongan plays it all the way back out. Here comes Pascal. He's got a runner. Plays it up to Carr. Lays it up. It won't go, but referee calls a foul. He looks for the dunk there. He was trying to look for that the Sports Center play that time.
That shows those two know each other. He didn't lay it down on the ground where the smaller Jesuit player could get his hand on. He threw it up there by the rim.
He said, "You go get it, Carr." Isaac Carr. His 11th point of the evening.
Actually, at 11 and a half, I want to say.
So we'll just call it 13 for now. I think we'll call it 13.
I like 13. That's an unlucky good number.
13 for Carr, trying to make it 14 as the Rams lead by 5. They led by as much as 9 points at the halftime break. Now they're up by 6, 35-29, 1:30 left in this third quarter as Carr now has 14 points.
Let's see if the Rams can catch. Oh boy. I was just about to say, see if they can increase their defensive intensity, and the Jesuit player slips and gives the Rams the ball out of bounds.
Goes out of bounds, Rams to inbound momentarily.
Yeah. It's been a relatively turnover-free game. There hasn't been a million turnovers, just good quality defense and good contested shots. Neither team shooting exceptionally well.
Pascal to inbound as he plays it to Carr. Leading scorer for the Rams in this game with 14. Finds Nicholson, the top of the three-point line. Entry pass, puts it up, won't go, but that time Deuce Pascal was fouled. He's headed to the line. A trip to the line for 2.
Yep, again, body movement going towards the rim. Nice cut off the weak side stagger pick. Central's doing the double high post look, feeding one of the posts and then screening away with the point guard on the opposite side wing, allowing that hard cut from the weak side into the middle of the lane, which is a really, really tough play to defend as a group.
Deuce Paschal makes the first to extend the Rams' lead to 7. Rims out the second one.
Yeah, good call.
It's going to be a foul against Kelsey. And since they're in the bonus, that's going to send Bongan to the line for 2.
As tough as it's been for Jesuit to score, the last thing you want to do is give him free trips at the free throw line. It's just easy, too easy.
Right. 2 shots for Isaac Bongan. Swishes the first one with ease.
And Bongan's got a nice stroke, nice fluid stroke.
He's had a solid game, and now Kelsey heads to the bench. Robbie Long replacing him. Bongan drills both free throws to make it a 5-point game, 36-31 to score.
Boy, I don't know if I take him off the floor if I'm Coach Potter.
Yeah, he's had the hot hand recently.
Yeah,
he's
unless
been on fire.
He may be fatigued, but I might ride with him.
Yeah. Carr plays it up to Paschal. Right back inside the entry pass. Carr puts it up. Won't go. Nicholson tried to keep it in bounds. He stepped on the line.
Don't.
Jesuit to inbound. It's Major Williams bringing it up the court as he crosses the timeline. 50 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Crusaders down by 5.
This is a better defensive unit on the floor right now. See if they can get back to where they were in the first half.
Nice pass into the lane. A little Dirk-esque shot there from Patrick Kilfoyle. The fadeaway is good for 2.
They're in foul trouble, so he didn't leave his feet to challenge it, but you still got to challenge when you're 6'6". You got to get up after that one.
Right. Here comes Robbie Long, the junior, 6'4" guard. With just 15 seconds left in this third quarter, Central Catholic going to have to get a shot off. Kicks it outside, and they turn the ball over instead. Here come the Crusaders. With 8 seconds, they're running out of time. Into the lane now, Euro step, won't go. 2 seconds, Long's going to have to get one off. Full court heave. It's no good, but instead, the referee calls a travel. So 0.3 on the clock, and that's going to just about do it for this third quarter. It's unless you got a guy like Donovan Klingon, you can't really lob it up there. You can't really lob it up there with 0.3 left. And now it's 1.6 seconds. It does change things. So Jesuit's going to maybe do a catch and shoot here.
Yeah, Central should have held for the last shot on that last possession. There's no need for Deuce to drive it that early.
Yeah.
Hold for one. Take your lead into the half. Don't give Jesuit a second shot here.
Jesuit only down by 3, and they're going to have to get a shot off quickly. 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, puts it up. Rims out, but the shot wasn't.
Where's our hometown clock?
Yeah, the shot didn't get off in time anyways from Kilfoyle. Unable to get it off in time. So that's going to do it for the third quarter. 36-33 after 3.
Jesuit did a great job of bringing themselves back into the game. This one could have been over very early in the third quarter if they didn't rally, and they've done a good job. And Central was kind of complacent coming out of halftime. They didn't look like the same club we saw in the first half.
Central Catholic, they really look a lot more lackadaisical defensively. I guess Jesuit's really just woken up. What do you think the biggest difference was in that third quarter?
I think Central, you said it, I think they were a little lackadaisical defensively. And frankly, when you play that big national schedule, it's a great experience. It's a great team-building thing, but it also is a little bit of a detriment to getting the winning personality, the winning mentality.
Right.
Losing is still losing. So despite the fact you played great teams, you've lost more than you've won in the early part of the season. And these are still high school kids. Confidence-wise, they have to be a little bit concerned when they get into close games if they can find a way to close them out. Even if the competition's not quite as good, you still got to score. You still got to make winning plays. You still got to hit free throws. You got to not make silly fouls. So all those things that contribute to winning don't disappear just because you played better teams and lost to them. You still got to learn how to win.
Yeah, right. Like you said, it really just comes down to the defensive effort from both teams. I mean, right now it seems like Jesuit is just woken up and they've really excelled on the offensive end, while Central Catholic, they look a lot more tired.
A lot of three-pointers that didn't go, and not a whole bunch of second shots. Not the effort we saw in the first half.
Yeah, it's not about how you start a game; it's about how you finish it. It's going to come down to the wire.
You win it in the
here.
fourth quarter, right? You don't lose it. You don't lose it in the third quarter. You win and lose in the fourth quarter.
Rams to inbound to start things off in this fourth and final quarter. 8 minutes to go. Central Catholic with possession, none other than Deuce Paschal into the lane.
Nice
drops
pass.
it off. A tough shot. Won't go for Kelsey. He was bumped in the air, though, headed to the line.
Yeah, it's almost difficult for Deuce just because the people that are in the paint that are rotating to him when he drives are 4 and 5 inches shorter than him, and all their hands are right at ball level for him.
Landon Kelsey, the 6'5" senior forward, headed to the line for a pair. Sinks the first one.
Boy, if you didn't get a chance to watch that young man play football, you missed something. Probably the state's best wide receiver this year.
Yeah, he's an elite athlete for sure.
I know he signed at one of the Arizona schools, I believe. I'm not exactly sure.
It will be Jesuit to inbound. 38-33 the score. Rams up by 5.
Nice wall up. 2 defenders on 1 ball handler. Make sure he doesn't get to the bucket till they can set their defense. And now let's see if the Rams do a better job of defending this really good motion offense of Jesuit. They
Barone inside the entry pass. Up and in. Off the glass for 2. That time it's Bongan.
That's 2 uncontested layups he's gotten. 1 dunk and 1 layup. They got 0 in the first half like that.
Isaac Carr plays it to Long. 7:15 left in this fourth and final quarter. Off of his foot. Lost control of the ball. Big opportunity. Puts it up and in off the glass for 2.
Long got super casual with the ball there.
And now the Rams just, their 9-point halftime lead is disintegrated. Now it's just 1.
Ugh.
It's been tough for the Rams as of late.
Yeah.
They're leading 38-37. They still have the lead, but it's a really tight ball game coming down to the wire. 6:40 left. Left wing triple, rims out. That time for Kilfoyle. It will be Paschal with possession. Hands it off for Lockhart. Into the corner. Drilled it. What a bucket there. Big time bucket for Deuce Paschal. It's a much needed triple for Central Catholic.
They really needed some spark. You can see the Rams are rattled. They're just not the same confident team, and I think those early season losses, you can see the effect when you get into a close game late. They're not as fluid and not as confident as they were early in the game. And that's indicative of a team that's lost, several games by a lot of points to good teams.
I mean, confidence is everything in sports. You just have to be really confident and just really resilient, like I was saying earlier. You have to just be able to be comfortable in your own ability to get things done. And, in that first half, the Rams looked really confident and poised, and they led at halftime by 9, 24-15. But then I guess the Crusaders really woke up in the second half, and now it's made things extremely interesting with just a 4-point game, 41-37.
Yeah, the weight of expectation can be a burdensome thing when you're a defending state champion. You've lost some games early, and now you've got your arch rival in a packed gym on television.
Right.
All the colleges around the country are probably watching this broadcast to watch the Central Catholic talent and maybe some of the Jesuit talent. So these kids, there's always pressure.
Lots of pressure. That's true.
Okay, and Rams are coming out full court press for the first time. I like this move. Change the tempo a little bit.
Crusaders to inbound as they trail by 4 with 6:25 remaining in this ball game in a packed house at Central Catholic.
I'm always big in one of these times that they put some double team pressure on these ball screens right here. Those exchanging players, a good hard double team against a player that's not skilled like this young man with the ball, that's not as skilled with the ball off the bounce. There's good defense.
Bongan goes baseline into the lane now. What a pass off the window and in for two. Kilfoyle with an easy layup.
That's trailing instead of chesting. You can't get behind your man on those weak side cuts.
Rams up by 2, 5:50 on the clock. Thought about the straightaway triple. Nicholson puts it up, won't go. Second chance effort is butter for Kelsey. It was too easy for him at that point.
Yeah, anything that you get going to the rim is a positive for Central right now. They just have too much of an advantage on the. There's the double team I was talking about. What happened?
It got deflected off of, I believe, a Jesuit player.
Well, it's a Central ball, man.
It should be Central ball, but referees are talking this one over. And they're going to call a jump ball.
How do you not see that?
Interesting. They're going to call jump ball, Jesuit possession. So the Crusaders catch a much-needed break there. They trail by 4, 43-39 with 5:29 left in this game. In this loud, electrifying atmosphere that we're behind. Major Williams plays it to Kilfoyle on the right wing now.
Oh, boy, he lost him.
Thought about the straightaway triple. Solid defense from Kelsey, 6'5", got those long arms.
The biggest difference you're going to see when freshmen are out on the floor is their defensive skill. They just have it. They end up chasing their player more than they get off the ball and get up and chest. So you saw Carter Larkart hit the ground, and one defender falls down. It puts tremendous stress on the rest of your defense.
Right. That time Kilfoyle with a strong drive, and he hit the deck hard. And
he's been impressive. He's played well, that young man.
He's been beaten up a lot, too. He's hit the deck a lot of times.
He's not afraid to take it in there, and, you know, you've got to continue to attack. You just want to make sure that you try and finish or create what he's doing now, free shots.
Right. Jesuit with a chance to cut their deficit in half.
Yeah, they've not been able to take the lead other than the 3-1 lead they had early in the game.
It was really low scoring in that opening quarter. 12-7 was the score at the end of one, and the Rams led by 5. And now they're up by just 3 points with 5:12 left in the fourth and final quarter of 6A action. I'm Jack McArthur alongside Michael Abraham.
Central is really missing Bam Paschal. This is Bam time right now. This is where he really does his best work. He's super poised, but exactly, really good example. He runs that point guard. I mean, he's probably the best point guard on the West Coast.
Yeah, he's out with and they got two Paschals here. Zamir Paschal, Jr., 6-footer, and as you know, I spoke to Coach Blue earlier. He told me Zamir Paschal probably is not going to play tonight, but he's an incredibly talented young man. When I spoke on the phone with Coach Blue earlier today, and now it's Carr with a beautiful mid-ranger, puts it up on in for 2.
He knows what time it is. It's got to be I drive a fast car time right now.
Right. Carr's going crazy. Make that 16 points for him.
I had a chance to watch Jazzy Davidson the other night against a great team from Texas in the PIL tournament, and she had 37 points in probably the last 14 in a row because it was Jazzy Davidson time when it came time to win a championship. This is Isaac Carr time.
Robbie Long plays this to Lockhart, right back to Long. 4:20 on the clock, 45-41 the score. Rams up by 4, lots of 4s.
Now you can see the Rams are very disjointed. They're not quite sure where to go.
And they're going to call offensive foul. Legal screen against against Long. It's going the other way.
That's 4 on Long. See if Coach Blue continues to ride with him. Yeah, he's got to get his chin off his chest and focus back in and lock in on defense now.
Got to be disciplined.
That play's already passed. It's just like throwing an incomplete pass or an interception if you're a quarterback.
Here comes Kilfoyle once again, back up top to Bongan.
Yeah, see, I'd love to see a trap on those side.
Picks up his dribble, and it's intercepted. Here comes Paschal, full head of steam, tried to put it up, but he was fouled. Headed to the line for 2.
Great play. Well, the two future teammates are both putting on a show right now.
Deuce Paschal shooting a pair, looking to extend his team's lead. Rams up by 4, 45-41.
Wow, Luddy Barron in the game, who is Ella Barron from the girls' team's brother, and also my family. I have yet to see him play in a varsity game. This is exciting.
Luddy Barron, 6'2", junior wing, as Pascal makes a pair. 47-41, Rams up by 2 possessions with 3:45 left in this game.
He's the nephew of one of the Central Catholic greats, David Barron, in class of 1977. Charge. Got him. Yep.
Wow, a relentless drive there that time from Kilfoyle, putting his body on the deck, but he didn't put as much body on the deck as Kelsey did that time. What a charge. Took it for the team that time. Kelsey, he's locked in.
Wow, well, that was short-lived. But he got in for 15 seconds.
You put him on the bench.
And that'll teach you. That'll teach you to be part of a defense that gets a foul. I'm sure they just wanted to talk to Robbie Long. They brought Robbie Long right back in.
3:39 on the clock. Rams up by 6, 47-41. Deuce Paschal.
Right, let's run a good quality set here. The Rams have struggled with this high set just because they don't have the ball handlers they normally have out here.
Robbie Long in the corner. Plays out to Deuce Paschal.
That's a good move.
Strong drive inside, rims out.
Fight for it.
And here comes Jesuit. Looked like a pretty obvious carry or foul. Could have went either way, and instead it's going to be Major Williams with a big-time bucket. Puts it up and in for 2. 3 minutes remaining. Rams only up by 4 now. And now it's Lockhart with it.
Oh, he could knock that down. They better not back up on him.
Lockhart surveys. In and out dribble. Strong drive baseline. Finds Long in the corner. Won't go. Batted out by Kelsey. Second chance opportunity for Carr. And head coach David Blue is going to take a break here and call time.
Wow. This is going to come right down to the wire. Exciting.
Could go either way.
It really could. I mean, Jesuits is a play or two from putting that pressure on Central. If any team is going to feel the pressure, I think it's going to be the Rams.
Yeah, right now the Rams are in the driver's seat with that 4-point, 47-43 lead, but they're probably not too comfortable. No. Only up by 2 possessions with just minutes remaining in this game.
In fact, they haven't looked comfortable at all the second half. They're like 2 different teams. Saw a very relaxed, composed team that played with defensive intensity and executing their offense. And now they look a little bit disjointed and out of sorts and not sure where their offense is coming from. And Jesuit looks comfortable and look actually like they have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Yeah, I mean, Central Catholic, they missed a lot of shots just like Jesuit in that first half. But as you mentioned, they looked a lot more composed, and now they look a little less collected, and they look a lot more just, I guess the right word is discombobulated.
Right, and we said this before. If you take a timeout right here, you want to have a called set, and it looks like they have a plan here.
Isaac Carr, the 16-point man.
That's a good
with the
plan.
ball, drives it inside, looking for a teammate, kicks it all the way out to Long, right back to Carr. 2:30 on the clock, Rams up by 4. Kicks it to Long, left wing triple, won't go. An athletic rebound, played it to Pascal. Tough shot, but he's headed to the line for 2.
Yep. Great pass, great offensive rebound. And Deuce stays around the ball, doesn't he? He's always there.
Deuce Paschal had an emphatic dunk earlier, which blew up this crowd.
Right.
And now, number 10, Luddy Barron, the junior, entering the game, replacing Long with Deuce is wild here. 2:22 left in the fourth quarter. Rams up by 5, looking to make it 6.
That's good.
Pascal up by
Luddy
with the
Barron,
bucket, made it 6 now.
Defensive sub. They're going to go offense-defense with him and Long because Long's got the 4 fouls. Let's see if it pays off for him. Oh, there we go. Big turnover.
What a defensive effort. Some defensive heroics there from Kelsey as he stripped the ball out of the hands of Cleland, and it went off of his knee, so it will be Central Catholic possession.
I don't know what's happening, but you put Luddy Barron in the game, you get turnovers. That's the second time they've turned the ball over second he entered the game.
Isaac Carr has got 16 points, looking to extend his tally. 2:07 on the clock. Rams up by exactly 2 3 balls.
Yeah, they're making it tough for Isaac. You know,
Right.
Isaac's having to handle the ball out on top way too much.
That time, Pascal lost control of it. Now it's Jesuit on the other end. Up and in for 2. Count the bucket. An and 1 play for Ryan Barone. He made it look easy that time.
Yeah, they're going to teach Isaac at the next level to cut that off way outside the lane and take a foul before he gets to the free throw line.
Or take a charge.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to get there in time to take a charge. You take a foul way out by the 3-point line, make him take the ball out of bounds, and 2 minutes left in a 6-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, if he had fouled earlier, it could have been on the floor.
Right.
And instead, it's a shooting foul, which
well, you don't that way you don't give up the layup and you take the ball out, and they've got to. We talked about those live ball turnovers; those are killers.
Barone misses the free throw, so it's still a 2-possession game with 1:40. Kicks it out long into the corner. Corner 3 ball won't go. Rebounded by Carr.
Take your clock. Use your clock.
Taking his time with it. 32 seconds left on the shot clock. 1:30 on the main clock, and Coach David Blue calling time.
Yeah, use your time. Then come out with the play. Come out with the set here. I like what they tried to do last time. They did a little flare pick for Isaac. Obviously, Jesuit's going to expect Isaac to get the ball, Isaac Carr to get the ball, but I take it down to 8 or 9 seconds before I try and run anything here.
I mean, if you're the Rams, why not chew some more clock off and then try to get a good look?
Exactly.
Because they're up by 4, no need to rush anything, and there's still
and if
1:30 left in the game.
And you force them to foul. If you're going to get something going to the bucket, you're on the free throw line. If you foul, you still got a foul to give. What you should be telling them is to make sure that if they get a steal, you foul early before they get to the rim, make them take the ball out of bounds. Don't let them get anything going to the basket. You've got a foul to give. This is when you use it.
Right.
Clock management's huge. This is where the coaches earn their
stripes.
It's not, their stipends. Yeah, it's not their salary. They don't get much money for this, but this is where you earn your merit, especially amongst other coaches. Those of us who've done this for a really long time watch to see how coaches handle late-game situations.
Well, late-game situations are crucial, and this is an extremely close game between Central Catholic and Jesuit. 49-45 the score. Rams with a lead of 4. Not a comfortable lead, though. And now they're going to give it to the leading scorer of the night, Isaac Carr, who has 16 points.
Clock. Oh, boy, too early. Don't go too early.
Here comes Carr. Surveys, dribbling outside. Plays it to Kelsey.
Got 10 more seconds to run off.
Carr, left wing 3. Butter!
That's why he's a superstar.
Carr drilled it. What a shot.
I thought it was too soon, but just the right amount of time, apparently.
And now the Rams foul at a crucial
what did we
time.
Talk about, Jack? That was exactly what we didn't want.
Yeah, if you're the Rams, one thing you don't want to do is fouling a guy while he's going up, and that's what Central Catholic just did. So Rams up by 7, 52-45 with just under a minute remaining in this game. But if Jesuit makes these 2 free throws, they're only going to be down by 5 points.
And that's his 5th foul.
Right. So,
boy, you give that foul if you're going to give it. I don't know why they have him on Major to begin with. He's their dribble penetrating guard. I would have put Robbie Long there or Lockhart there. Let Isaac guard the weakest player on the floor.
So Carr's fouled out. And now they're bringing in some size. Jalen Nicholson, the junior, 6'7", entering the game for the Rams. First free throw is good for Major Williams, looking to make it a 5-point game.
The two guards that have led Central Catholic to their unprecedented success these past 2 years are both out of the game now. Let's see who's going to close it out for in this last minute of the game in a barn burner.
Williams drills a pair, and head coach for Jesuit, Gene Potter, elects to call time with 58.5 seconds left.
If I'm Coach Potter, I'm full court, pressing, trapping like crazy, force those inexperienced ball handlers to put the ball on the ground, see if you can cough a turnover up. I mean, Central still has a comfortable lead. 5-point lead is a good lead with less than a minute to go.
2-possession lead.
Yeah. But, I mean, things can change in a hurry with one turnover, one silly play.
That is true.
And the guy that you've gone to do basically all your ball handling in the second half and almost all your perimeter shooting is off the floor. Makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, Isaac Carr, 16 points, 5 fouls fouled out, but he has just under a third of the Rams' points on the night. So a valiant effort from him, but now since he's fouled out, Rams are going to have to look elsewhere for some offense.
Yeah, and here's the pressure we talked about.
Full court press for Jesuit.
This is where you find out, oh boy.
Almost turned the ball over.
Did turn it over.
And they do turn it over. So it will be Jesuit possession. And this is what nightmares are made of. If you're Central Catholic, they really wanted to do anything.
Nobody wanted the ball.
Right,
there was not a Ram cutter that actually wanted to handle the ball in that possession.
Central Catholic wanted to do anything but turn the ball over there, and that's what they did. So now it's Major Williams, and the ball's in his hands. He thought about the three. Instead, he's going to dribble it out. His team, Jesuit, down by 5. Nice entry pass, up and in for 2. And just like that, it's a one-possession game. And if you're Jesuit, you don't need to foul here. You don't need to foul. And they force a turnover. Nice pass, up and in for 2. What a clutch bucket by Ryan Barone. 32 seconds remaining, and that's going to make Coach David Blue call timeout. Gave up multiple buckets. And as I mentioned before, Michael, this is what nightmares are made of. And now Central Catholic, they only lead by 1.
You know, Central just did not do a good job when they didn't have a stabilizing influence on the floor. This is why Bam Paschal missing and Isaac Carr fouling out is critical. When you have to close a game out, Central obviously has not been able to do it, hence their record.
Right.
And this is another indication of that lack of confidence to finish a ball game. Let's see, they're still ahead. Let's see if they can find a way to organize themselves, come up with a quality inbounds. I don't like 5 people in the backcourt against that kind of pressure. I'd like to see 2 of them at the other end of the court, play 3-on-3 in that open space, create more angles for your dribblers, make sure your ball handler knows they can run the baseline here to create a better angle to get the ball in. Make one good quick reverse pass and get the ball up the floor, throw over to the top of the defense. So if you do turn it over, you turn it over in your front court, not twice in your back court.
Right, I think that the biggest issue with that first initial play design was passing the ball into a corner over there. And then it made it really easy for Jesuit to just double, even triple team, and they forced the turnover. And then Nicholson had to pass the ball, and he was falling out of bounds, and he lost it, and it went out.
And you have your 2 bigs at half court whose men can then rotate and take away the longer pass that allows you to pass away from those corners.
That's right. I mean, if they had passed it in the middle or had a couple bigger guys grabbing the ball in the middle to hand it off or something, it would have made it easier.
Here's what I'm talking about. You get the 5 defenders in 45 feet of the court now, 46 feet of the court. You've got to have somebody who actually wants the ball here.
Central Catholic
get it to
with
Deuce.
Possession.
What are we doing?
Nicholson's going to have to get rid of it, and he's fouled.
What are we doing?
So Central Catholic catch a big break there, and Nicholson, he got fouled that time. 52-51 the score with 28 seconds remaining.
I'm not sure what the plan was there, but it looked like he held the ball there on purpose.
He just held it and then got shoved.
And Jesuit was going to foul. If I were Jesuit in Jesuit's position, I was going to trap and foul immediately to extend the game until we're even.
Right. I mean, if you're Jesuit and if you are going to foul, what you have to, considering that it's coming down to the wire.
Yeah,
last 30 seconds. You might as well foul a big man.
Yeah, and you don't want Central to hold it and then have to foul somebody that you don't want at the line.
Nicholson, some big-time free throws. I think that the crowd just broke the sound meter on that one. I can't really hear much.
Are you talking?
Yeah, am I talking, man? I guess I am. So Nicholson, nevertheless, a chance to make it a 3-point lead for Central Catholic. And he does so. So 2 crucially clutch free throws for Nicholson makes it a full 1-possession game, 3-point game, 54-51 with 28 seconds left in this 4th and final quarter. And that's going to make Coach Potter call time.
Yeah, this might be a time for him to come out in a little something different defensively. Just show him maybe a little bit of 3-quarter trap and then fall back into your man-to-man, take some time off that clock. You don't want them to advance them. If you overpressure, you give them open space where they can dribble and kick. If you give them 3-quarter court pressure, contain the ball a little bit, work that shot clock down, work the game clock down, and try and take away, run everybody off the 3-point line. Right. 2-pointer doesn't beat you here. 3-pointer, you just don't want to give up a 3.
Yeah, if you're Jesuit, you could go for the easy 2 and then get a stop and foul. But, you know, the way that this game has gone, I would not be shocked to say the least, if Jesuit did go for the 3, because most teams play to win here with 28 seconds left. That's not a ton of time remaining, and if they did go for 2, they'd have to get a big stop. So they might just go for a 3 and give it to Major Williams, or maybe they could also give it to Bongan.
Yeah, you just don't want to do anything silly in the backcourt here. Keep them in front of you, and don't give up an easy drive and an easy look at the 3.
20 seconds on the clock.
Oh, like that.
Bongan, corner 3. He drilled it.
Too easy.
Wow. Tie ball game, 54-all. Now Central Catholic likely going to hold for a final shot. And instead of holding for a final shot, Michael, it's going to be 2 free throws.
I don't know what Deuce had in mind there. He was lucky he got bailed out there.
He did get bailed out.
Yeah.
And you know what? The man of the minute, Bongan, who just made that clutch triple to tie it up, he cannot believe that call. And neither can Major Williams.
I mean, it would have been hard not to call it, but I don't know what Deuce's plan there was to try and split the double team there with 10 seconds left. Use your pass, advance the ball. Central's out of timeouts, I believe.
First free throw is good.
Jesuit has 3 left.
First free throw is good. That gives Deuce Pascal another point. It gives the Rams a 1-point lead, 55-54, with 10 seconds left in this 4th and final quarter.
I think it's indicative. You can kind of see why Central may have lost some of those games. Their ability to close games, you can see they're a little bit shaky. They've been shaky, since about midway through the 3rd quarter till now.
Right, as you mentioned, they have been shaky. They led the first quarter by 5, 12-7. They led by 9 at the half, 24-15. And even though they missed a lot of shots, they looked pretty comfortable.
Yes.
And they were playing pretty fluidly collectively as a unit. And then in the second half, they've looked a lot different. A much different team came out of that halftime locker room, for sure.
And when you lose your backcourt, they obviously didn't have Zamir Paschal, who's literally tremendous, who would annihilate this pressure. He's a tremendous ball handler. And then you lose Isaac Carr, and then you make some critical mistakes, and you've got to find a way to scrap and hang on.
Well,
that 3-point play was just way too easy. I just was in the middle of saying you don't want to give up anything easy.
Right.
Everybody in the gym knew 13 was going to be the shooter, and you can't let them stand in the corner and shoot over the top of you on one pass.
It did look pretty easy. They just swung it to the corner, and then Bongan just drilled that 3. And now it's going to be Deuce Pascal trying to extend Central Catholic's lead. Able to do so. 10 seconds left on the clock. Rams up by 2. Big opportunity for Jesuit. Picks up his dribble. Here comes the 3 ball. Won't go, and that's going to do it. And we got a little fight at the end there, a little scramble for the ball.
Rams hang on.
The Rams, they hang on in a Friday night thriller. That's going to do it. 56-54. Isaac Carr, the hero, 16 points for the Rams, 56-54 the final score. The Rams, they improved to 5-5. Jesuit, they dropped to 6-6 on the season. You just watched one of the most exhilarating games of basketball I think you're ever going to see in your life.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, if you would have told Coach Potter you get 1 3-point attempt to win the game against Central Catholic tonight, he would have taken that in a heartbeat. And Central should be thanking their stars they found a way to pull this one out. That's a character builder. That's how you get better on the season. You play those close games, those tough teams, and you find a way to win and not walk out with a loss. This is a building block for Central Catholic for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. It's definitely a stepping stone for them. As I mentioned, they led at the end of the first quarter 12-7, only by 5, and to start things off in the first 4 or 5 minutes, it was extremely low scoring. Second, and then at the half, Rams led by 9. Then they were up by just 3 points, 36-33 at the end of the third quarter, and then Jesuit mounted a little bit of a comeback. And at the end of the day, Isaac Carr, even though he got fouled out, I think that the Rams, it was pretty impressive that they were able to get it done.
Right. In the end, when you find a way to win, it's way better than finding a way to lose. Central would have been crushed if they had let this one get away from them.
Right. So, any more final thoughts, Michael?
No, just great high school basketball game and great high school environment tonight. Just some wonderful crowd noise, and and crowd participation. And both schools should be proud of themselves. And it was a pleasure working with you, young man.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure working with you too, Michael. I appreciate it. My broadcast partner, Michael Abraham. I'm Jack McArthur. Before we get out of here, final score 56-54 from Central Catholic High School in Portland, Oregon. Rams defeats the Crusaders by 2. Some people we want to thank real quick. We got our director here, Steve Roberts, and then we got our camera guy, Deshaun Montgomery. Want to thank Central Catholic, just for hosting us and Ram TV. In addition to that, we also want to thank all of the coaches for giving us that necessary information. That's going to do it from us here at Central Catholic High School. I'm Jack McArthur saying so long from Central. Have a good night, everybody.